Okay, testing. Sorry I look like a mess today. I want to look pretty for you. You're special. Yeah, it says this video is private. This is so weird. How do I turn that off? Why would it be private? I guess the video looks the same to you as normal, right? I'm not even getting a sort of a preview. Does everything look okay? Everything looks all right? All right, so, And you were notified and everything? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, great. Thank you for the excitement, YouTube. We appreciate that. So it is a Wednesday, Oil Inventories Day. Nice. We also, we got some news flow this week. We could take a look at that. Tomorrow's the big weekly jobless claims. So that's pretty cool. What's going on in the world? But number one, I am thankful to be a foreign exchange trader. It offers so many more benefits than being a stock trader or commodities trader or options trader or whatever you trade. You like MTNs? This is better. You like real estate? This is better. Why? Because you collect rent from central banks. No credit check required. So this is a great business to be in. So without further ado, welcome to Forex.Today. This webinar is brought to you by TradersWay.com. Visit TradersWay.com, show them some love. Open up a demo account, download MT4, check out the execution speed. Chow. Super fast. Check out the spreads. Very narrow. If you want an ECN account, get an ECN account, brother. And if you ever need customer service, you will get white glove treatment, red carpet. TradersWay.com, let's go. Meep. 20 dwarves. In sooth, nope. In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. Sorry, I didn't do my voice warm up this morning. Let me remind you that trading's risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. So, ni hao ma, nice to meet you. My name is Wayne. My wife says my shirt looks like a shop at Walmart. And I think, actually, it might be from Walmart. She's like, no, it's got a little pony on it. I'm like, I think they sell Ralph Lauren at Walmart now. So anyways, I put on a beautiful Walmart shirt for you guys today. Compliments of Ralph Lauren, the sponsor today. Wait, no. Ralph Lauren's not a sponsor. Anyways, cool. So technical analysis, fundamental analysis, take notes, treat everyone in the chat with respect. If you're a spammer or you want to promote your own video, disappear. Do us all a favor now so we don't have to go out of our way and ban you from the chat forever. Like, why even bother us with your nitpicky stuff? So whatever. So please be an active, positive participant in the group, in the community. And we hope that you find yourself a place to be. Yeah, well, the Apocalypse beard, what I did is about a week ago, maybe, I shaved it down to a 1 so that it would grow in. Because, this was long and this was medium. And so I shaved it all down. And so now it's coming back nice and bushy. But I think, and I'm going to let you into my life a little bit here, so don't tell anybody. This is personal. My son and I think, today I'm going to teach him how to shave. I got him a razor, got him a shaving cream, and so I'll go first. I'll give him all the techniques, and then he will shave for the first time. Very cool, right? Good father-son thing, right? Good father-son. So, big special day. So we'll see. If I don't have this beard tomorrow, that's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, these things are cool. It's like when my dad took me out and we collected our first hitchhiker together, stuffed him into the basement. That was a very special day. So I got to do similar with my son. So let's take a look at the indices. Okay. Dip, bip, 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 bip. So by the way, I deleted all my files and I went to metatraders.com. I downloaded the files, I popped them in, and this is one of the things that are included. Okay. Let's take a look. Moderate, weak, moderate, weak, weak, moderate, moderate, moderate. Okay. Your customer, it goes on anything. It doesn't matter. You just have to have a chart. So this part here, actually, the way I created these, this is actually a chart, and the lines are actually white. So this happens to be a pound dollar chart, but that's irrelevant. So then I wrote Aussie Dollar Index, and this is the actual indicator. And the way that this works is it's looking at the value of the Aussie dollar versus the euro versus the CAD versus the yen versus the pound versus the Kiwi versus the Swissy versus the dollar, and it creates from that an index, obviously. Okay. Yeah, the changing of the time frame would affect this. So on the hourly chart, these are a bit neutral, right? So if you change it to a daily, you'll get a slightly different number in the indice. So it really comes down to the time frame. I like to look at this like what's going on now generally, what's happened over like the European session. Well, it went up and it went down. So you're like, okay. But no, so they're hourly charts, okay? Now, I believe these don't work on ECN accounts, and they don't work on micro accounts. Okay, but whatever. So this tells me in the moment, because remember, these are going to change. It just means now. We're not interested in now, we're interested in later. Think about that. I'm not interested in New York. That's already been planned out. So I'm more interested what's going to happen by the end of the day and maybe tomorrow. So what's happened in the last 5 hours is irrelevant to me, right? I'm more interested in what's going to happen in the next 5 hours, next 25 hours. So we'll take a look at this. So right now it just says the market currently may be neutral, but my job is to figure out the future. So just bear that in mind. I need to rename this. So this is empty. So let's just throw down a bunch of charts. What currency pairs do you want me to for sure check every single day? Oh, sure, Oz, you can change them. It's fine. It's just pick the time frame you want. So I need to build a profile with common things. So like, for example, do you want me to check Bitcoin every day? Well, if so, let's throw that down. Cool. Great. What else do you want to check every day? Probably euro dollar. That makes sense to me. What else do you want to check every day? Let's pick a commodity. You want gold and oil? Both gold and oil? I think that makes sense, right? So we can do WTI. We can insert metals. So let's do XAU. Okay. What else? Every day Rand? I don't know if I want Rand every day. We need a yen pair. I will choose Aussie yen, I think. That's a good risk on kind of thing. It's probably a representative of all yens. It's my China play. It's a commodity play. So I'm kind of like quadruple dipping in that one. And what else? One more for sure. Well, I already have a yen. We already have a European currency. So, well, Jonathan, that's probably the liquidity providers. Okay. So don't say, oh, Trader's Way won't let me. There's no liquidity in the market. Okay. Like, for example, Trader's Way would love, like, I don't know, I can't speak for the executive team, but they're a broker. They would love to broker trades for you. But they work with liquidity providers that can find someone to put on the other side of your trade. If there is no one willing to go on the other side of your trade, then there is no trade. Okay? Plus, the interesting thing about, when we were talking about this before, like this oil, is this oil? No, but anyways, this oil, this is some sort of derivative of a spot price. It's not the futures contract. It's a spot price, but it's not spot oil, I don't think. I think it's some sort of derivative of that. And there might be an underlying sort of asset that impacts the liquidity, right? So if true spot oil, let's say, is negative, well, that's not true. The true spot would be $6. The futures contract is negative, and how they create this, I'm not 100% sure, but that may impact what your ability to trade. There just literally may not be a market right now. No, I didn't mean that, but I just want to be clear, right? Yeah, I just want to be clear about that. It wouldn't be the broker, because the broker would love for you to trade, because then they get paid. The last thing a broker wants to say is, well, you can't make that trade. And, well, they want to make money, right? They want you to make the trade. The cool thing about Trader's Way is that when you make the trade, they actually put you into a liquidity pool, right? A pool of liquidity providers. They don't put you in a B book and then kind of assume you're going to blow up your trading account, right? That's what many, if not most, if not all brokers do. They throw you in a B book and they're like, don't even put them in the liquidity pool because this guy's going to blow up his trading account. So let's say a typical situation is, you know, a new trader pops in $500 into an account. What's the likelihood that trader's going to blow up his account and lose the $500? In your opinion? Someone just comes in and like, I'm going to pop in $500. See how it goes. See if I can get rich. See if I can turn this into a yellow Lamborghini. Yeah. So why would you even like put that in the open market? Like if you figured it was 100%, you're like, oh, we'll put it over here. And eventually they'll blow up the trading account. We'll never actually execute the trades and we'll keep the whole $500. You see that? Like that's what I think probably most brokers do. They're like, but if you find traders that are successful, you're like, oh, don't trade against these guys. They're successful. So actually put them into the liquidity pool. So you can almost like dark pool, light pool kind of thing. But we know from experience that Trader's Way doesn't do that. You place a trade, they put you into the market, just like you wanted, just like they said they would, just like you want them to. And that's why when the markets have collapsed, like the Swiss franc debacle that put FXCM out of business, put Alpari out of business, Trader's Way was perfectly fine. Why? Well, all those trades are in the open market. It wouldn't hurt Trader's Way at all. So anyways, so that just points to the situation where Trader's Way would probably love for you to be able to trade oil, but if there's no market, there's no one on the other side of your trade and you can't execute. Cool. So let's do one more currency pair that we would want to look at every day. We have gold and oil and Bitcoin. So now we got Aussie yen, euro dollar. How about like pound Swissy? I kind of like pound Swissy. Oops. Let's take a look at that. Did I miss it? I was looking at it, wasn't I? Yeah. Okay. So now we have filled this profile with charts. If you go up here, you can arrange the windows automatically. Nice. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do to this profile is put on templates that actually are helpful. So we can go to Swing Trading Confluence. See how few templates I have right now, guys? It's because I deleted all my templates, went to MetaTraders, and installed these ones. And this is like the $5 stuff, right? Except I think these, but I'm going to add them to the site soon. So anyways, Swing Trading, Confluence, template, Swing Trading Confluence, template, Swing Trading Confluence, template, Swing Trading Confluence. Okay. Now I probably want to rename this. Can I rename it? I guess no. So I'm going to save as. What do you want to call this? Market scan. Okay. Now we call that market scan. Okay. Coolio. So, where do we want to start? Let's go with Bitcoin. So, let's do a statistical analysis of the last 2.5 weeks. More bearish than bullish. Okay. So, where do we go from here? Which is the way that's clear? Still looking for blue jean baby queen. Prettiest girl I've ever seen. Maybe down to the bottom of the range. So maybe an up and then a down. James Dean. Let's follow this. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So what this is actually suggesting, if you're a bull, bulls are going to try to take this up to 76, 76. And a bear is going to want to challenge that. They already took one shot. So going on to a smaller time frame, I think a bear is going to sell up into here and challenge that. So looks like they're going to sell 7K. They're going to have this fibbed. So pretty close to now, right? So if you're a bear, wake up. And if you're a bull, pay attention. What do you think? Are you a bull or a bear on this one? See, the difficulty is bulls and bears won't agree, right? A bull sees this as a bottom, higher, high, higher, low, 1, 2, 3. Would you agree with that? 1, double bottom. 2, higher, high. 3, higher, low. Actually, the way I typically do this is I write this as a roll reversal. So let me go back to that. Roll reversal. And that is indicated by this. Okay? It's a guide. So a bull would look at it this way. Okay? And a bear is kind of doing it that way. Okay? So they'll want this. Okay? What do you think? So which one are you? A couple of bulls, bull. So someone says bull in the dollar, so down. So that's the interesting thing. I would say most of the time, if we had everyone do a pull, most of the time the pull is going to come up 50-50. That's why if you're going to be a bear, be a bear. If you're going to be a bull, be a bull. And don't try to swing both ways because you'll never be, your timing will never be perfect. So if you're going to treat this like a lower low, lower high scenario, then you need to get ready and you'll be pulling the trigger soon. If you're a bull, you already did it. So now you're going to wait for a breach of that bearish zone and you're going to take it up. In fact, it'll look more like this. Okay? Okay? All right. All right. So depending on which way you're going, this is risk off for the market and this is risk on for the market. So you have to figure out whether you're risk on or risk off. People are lazy. All right, cool. All right, so let's look at something else. Let's look at gold. Gold. Okay. Pretty simple swing trading. Okay. If you're a bull, you're taking it to 1750. Okay. If you're a bear, you're going to sell it off of this roll reversal. So maybe around 17, and we're tickling that now. So in the next $15 to $20, if you're a bear, you're going to take this downtown. Okay? Both are valid. Both are valid. Okay? Thank you, Javier. People look ugly when you're alone. All right? Is that right, Corlitos? Banks are calling. It's just so funny. I just the language of that. What does that mean? Banks are calling for 3K on gold. It's almost, I don't know where. See, the problem is all I read is data. I don't read news. I don't watch news. I don't listen to news. And so very often, I don't know basic stuff. Like people are like, oh, there's a shooting in Canada. I'm like, really? Right? Honestly, like I miss stuff like that. I don't know which celebrities got married today and which ones got divorced yesterday. I just don't know these things. I don't know which superhero movie's coming out. So I don't know like where people like where you get banks are calling for $3,000 on gold. Like I don't even know a bank that would even say something like that. Like, what do you mean banks are calling? Like, what does that mean? What do you mean bankers are calling? Bankers don't do that. That's the interesting thing. Like, that's not what banks do. Banks will execute trades and positions and move money and provide credit for financing of deals. But like, I don't think a bank, in my experience, a bank wouldn't say, we make a call for 3,000 on gold. Like, that's not what banks do. So I'm not knocking you, Carlitos. I just don't know where you get that stuff, because banks don't really say things like that. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Right? Like, what does that mean? Like, a banker wouldn't say that to me. Like, psst, hey, buddy, gold's going to go for 3,000. Like, that's not what bankers do. But anyways. All right. So, let's do Aussie. Okay, cool. So, this is interesting because this goes back to the live group in our meeting yesterday. This one is indicative of what we talked about, but I think there's a bigger one. Like, I think it was pound yen, so we'll do that next. But one of the things we talked about yesterday is that we have now, if you are a bear, a clear and present opportunity. We're kicking it off sort of monthly and weeklies. Okay. And we were down, actually, we were here, I think, yesterday at yesterday's meeting. But what we talked about is, even though things have turned more risk off and we clearly have some trade set up, so this is clearly an M3, we're clearly going to M1, all this kind of stuff. I said, in my experience, when you have a significant move like this, you have a bigger pullback than you would normally expect. And in that example, I said, how many times as a younger trader have you been in a situation where there was a ginormous obvious move, and then you sell this pullback, and then you sell this pullback, right? You sell the 21, then you sell the 50%, then you sell the 618, and it keeps going up, and you missed all of this, and then lose money, lose money, lose money. Or made money here, gave it back, gave it back, gave it back. I said, I used to do that a lot in the early days. Has anyone had that experience here in the group? And of course, most people said, yes, that's happened. So I said, well, the way I've learned how to survive this is I expect the bigger pullback. So like, if you're down here and the role reversal is way up here, yes, you got to breach the 21. Yes, you got to breach the 55. Yes, you got to, but I kind of expect that now. It doesn't have to happen that way, but I've grown cynical over the years. Is that accurate? How many people agree with that conversation yesterday? Yeah, sorry, Rizwan. Make sure you just learn from it, that's all. Right? Interesting, right? I think this was even more exaggerated on the pound, but we also talked about that. So let's go to the pound yen. And I think I specifically talked about the pound yen, why I call it the Widowmaker, why we call it the beast. Okay? And that's interesting. All right. Let's change this. And let's zoom in. And so we very specifically talked about, after this ginormous drop, expect a ginormous retracement. So I said there was, back in the day when like a new trader, for example, may see it obviously fell. It fell hard. It fell fast. It's definitely bearish. So an amateur would sell it, right? Well, you can't sell at support. And selling that late is pretty late in the game, right? Late in the game. So if you were going to be a bear again, which is probably not the wrong decision, you need a pullback like way up here, like 134, right? 134.50. And it seems like stupid after a drop like that to expect such a large retracement before you even have a new opportunity. And I'm like, well, but that's why we call it the Widowmaker. Because if you don't do it right, you will be killed. Okay? Okay. So let's do a deeper dive here. Let's get in the weeds. Okay. So when we had this meeting, we were right here. And I said, yeah, it's clearly bearish. Down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 up. By the way, this was our trade plan in the live group. Down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 down. So we're right here, 5 p.m. yesterday, and I said to the group, you know what? In my experience, it's going to do this before it does this. Is that accurate? Am I explaining this accurately? True dat. Cool, right? I think it would have been very easy to suggest, yeah, it's just going to do that. Because that's what we did here. Okay? And on the monthly, that's kind of like how we plan that out. So it's very easy to just say, well, you know what? This is what the indicator tells me. You should sell it here. I'm like, no, 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 no. I understand how the indicators work. I get it. But you're going to need a much bigger pullback. And I think we talked about if you were aggressive, you would consider maybe one here, but it would be a smaller trade. And then the real trade would be up here. Okay? 134 is the real number. But look, you could be a hardcore bear and you're like, it's still going to do this. I'm like, okay. So the way you would handle that is if you get the opportunity, and I said very clearly, you must be very focused. Very focused. If you're going to do it there because it's the right price and that fits your bias and stuff, be very careful. Make sure you see the setup, all that kind of stuff, because you should almost expect it to come up anyways. So you should understand that you're doing the right thing, but it's riskier than other situations. Okay? So if you guys are a bear, if you get a rollover here on like a 5-minute chart, feel free to take the shot if you're already a bear. But just be careful that you're not like so confident that there's no way it'll go up here. Well, you know what? It probably could. It very well could go up another 100 pips before it goes down. So here's your plan A, but demand a lot from the market before you put money on it. And then here's your plan B. Now, wouldn't it have been nice to know this 15 hours ago? Okay. Cool, right? Risk on, risk off. No, Solomon, no, doesn't have to do anything. I like the way you trade. Mm-hmm. That's my swing trader accent. You guys seen the movie, right? Swing Trade? I like the way you trade. Mm-hmm. You guys recognize the quote? Billy Bob Thornton? So you could just sit here now and wait. So let me ask you, what if you were going to sell this area, this 133.20? No, it's not sling blade, it's swing trade. All right, I might have changed things a little bit, but anyways. So this chart, guys, if you go to indicators, I pull up biased pivots. I have it in bearish mode. So by definition, you should look at this and know I'm bearish or I don't want to trade. So the reason I did this for this indicator is I want to force the trader to make a decision. See, I think many traders, they don't know what they're doing, so they make it up as they go. So every trade is random. You might be trading a risk-on trade, you might be trading a risk-off trade next, and then you're bullish on one thing, and then 2 hours later, 2 days later, you're bearish, and you're mixing it up. But the problem with that, statistically, if the markets are random and your trading decisions are random, there's no way mathematically or statistically that your results will be consistent. It's totally impossible. Okay? It'd be billions to one, trillions to one. So instead, what I suggest, right, as a statistician, economist, I would suggest you make your odds of consistent results improved by making a decision whether you're a bull or a bear. So it simplifies your life as well. So if I'm a bear, I'm either going to sell this at 133.20 or I'm not going to trade today. You get that? That helps improve your statistics if you want low volatility and consistent returns. You cannot be a random trader because your results will be not only random, which is not consistent, but likely you'll have volatility where you'll go through periods of fairly big losses and then other periods of fairly big successes, and most of the time mediocrity, one or the other. So statistically speaking, you'll have high volatility and no consistency. So you'll just never be a success. You just never. It just won't happen. So to improve your chances, you should be consistent in your trading behavior. So in a situation like this, and by the way, this was our plan 15 hours ago. You're either going to sell here if you're a bear, or you're not going to sell today. You're the boss. Okay? So what would put you in is the question I'm trying to get to. Are you going to trade a 5A cross off here and treat it like I don't know, I guess you could pretend it's a head and shoulders type scenario. Okay, that's one way of doing it, because what you're expecting is this. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is waiting for the 21 to roll over, okay, for the 55 to cross. And then as a trader, you would do this. Because to get that to happen, price has to go down, come back up, and then you sell there. So drop down to 132.80, back up to 132.95, and sell. Okay? And because you're worried about the plausibility of this going up an extra 100 pips before it goes down, you manage that risk by putting a stop about here. And you're risking about 40 pips. Okay? But if you get this right, 100 pips, 100 pip profit trade, right? If you traded this for 99 pips on a pound yen, that's typically embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself for only making 99 pips. So risking 40 seems pretty legit. Jason has a buy on it. Okay. This looks like the most logical place, right? I don't know what you're using for your entry here. Yeah, you got to be careful, Mr. Connor. That never leads to a good place. No, but it's true, Nathaniel. If you don't make 99 pips or more on a pound yen, you're taking on too much risk. You should move over to a less volatile currency pair. Okay, but that's absolutely true. If you're trading such a high volatile currency pair and you're not getting paid for the risk you're taking, you're just not doing it right. Okay? You're making a big mistake. So, for example, here's what you're supposed to do if you're a bear. This is supposed to drop to 131.50. So you're selling it at 133. How many pips is that? This is a day trade, guys, not a swing trade. It's a day trade. How many pips is the opportunity worth? You're going to have to do the math, Nathaniel, and type it in. Okay? Then if you pick, like many amateur traders, they'd be thrilled to take 33 pips profit or 50 pips profit or even 100 pips profit. They're like, oh my God, I got 100 pips. Out. You're throwing away money because you don't know how to plan. And that's the greatest sin of all, right? You took the risk and then you jumped out. You didn't even collect the full reward. That's not cool. That's not right. But most people don't plan properly, so they don't know where they're going. Now, I will go back and remind you in case you're trying to turn this into a trade signal. Like, what does he mean? I should sell it here and I'm going to make almost 200 pips. Whoa. What I said 15 hours ago is I expected to go up to here. That's what I said. Right? But if you're aggressive as a bear, this is still legitimate, but I'm overriding that with my experience to say, in conditions like this, it may remain bearish over the course of the rest of the week and maybe next week, but I often see a bigger pullback than usual because of the bigger drop. to say it differently, who gives a damn about daily pivots in a situation like this? Other traders are probably going to wait for a 618 Fibonacci retracement, not a 382. Okay? But, and that's a big but. I love big but jokes. But if it rolls over here, it's legit, so be prepared. But also be skeptical. So it's not a time to be lazy and just throw down a trade, because I think you could throw down a trade here and very quickly lose 100 pips. Okay? Because I expected to go up 100 pips more. So you could very quickly, in New York, lose 100 pips on pound yen. Well, that's why we call it the beast and the widowmaker. You don't do your job right, penalized. You will be penalized. You're either hardcore disciplined or you're bankrupt. That's how it works with this one. Okay? You're either driving your yellow Lamborghini or you're on the bus. Make sure you get that monthly pass. Okay? So, be perfect or find something else. Yeah, I say that one all the time, Big Pearl. I'm like, oh my God, look at that backpack. Oh my God, Becky, look at that backpack. Wherever you are, whatever we're shopping for. Oh my gosh. Becky, look at that, whatever it is. Insert anything. Yeah, so. Cool. Okay, so that's why this is strategy, guys. Down, 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 up, up, sell is strategy A. Could happen, does happen. I'm cautious. Trade plan B looks more like this if I'm a bear. Notice either way I'm a bear. I'm not bullish today and bearish tomorrow. Okay? And now my job is to be ready, willing, and able. RWA. Right there. And if it gives me on a small time frame, which is now not strategy but tactics. So if I see a tactical entry, I take the shot, so now I own the opportunity and I manage the risk the rest of the day. Daniel, look up Sir Mix-a-Lot. Okay? And then B, if that don't work, doesn't matter because I won't be on it. The next one is around here. You need to be RWA, ready, willing, and able. If you get the entry, to take the shot and then manage the risk. So I'm not talking strategically anymore. I've already made these decisions. In fact, I made these decisions 15 hours ago. That's what I'm trying to get through. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. This trade here probably won't offer an opportunity to get in. I'm asking you to think about what would put you in if you are a bear. Okay? But the thing is, this was planned yesterday before eating dinner. This was planned at the close of trading yesterday, New York close. So to imagine that we're walking into New York Open today, and I already have this planned out to the T, and someone else walks in and they're like, hey guys, what are we going to do today? Are we going to buy this or are we going to sell this? And they're just like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to make it up as I go. I will win that battle every time. So I start my book with quoting The Art of War, and it says there, Sun Tzu said, an honorable general will win because many plans are made. So if I walk into the battlefield and I got a strategy, counter strategy, and a plan B in my pocket, and I get to dictate the terms of the field where we set up for battle, What side of is the sun behind us in the morning or in the afternoon, right? Because imagine if the sun is behind me, you can't see very well. Okay? So if I can dictate these things, I'm going to have an advantage. Someone that just shows up looking for a fight will get killed. Because my job is to fight only when I have an unfair advantage. Brass knuckles, baby. Right? It's like Bugs Bunny, right? You see, like when they go to fight, the gentleman takes off his gloves and slaps Bugs Bunny in the face. And then Bugs Bunny takes off his gloves and whacks the other guy across the face, except there's a brick inside of his glove. He drops it out and the brick falls to the ground. You're like, yep. Yeah. Okay, cool. La 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 la. Boy, do you think tomorrow's going to be exciting? Weekly jobless claims? Yes, and may I please ask you to click the thumbs up button? Click the like button. I'd appreciate that. All I'm asking you to do is confirm with YouTube that this is quality content. Would you please do that for me? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Well, that'd be very interesting. Hey, Carlitos. You are not alone. Just wondering what to do next. Exhausted again. All right. Did we do everything already? Bitcoin. I guess euro dollar we haven't done, right? Nada. So nothing's changed in the last 3 weeks. I keep showing this, like, not really interested in trading this. I don't know why this. Okay. So just like, huh. Peso, it's too early for peso, right? But let's create an exotics. Let's create an exotics profile. So let's do that. All right. Let's fill, okay. US Turkish Lira, Euro Turkish Lira, USD Mexican Peso, Euro ZAR. Where's my other rand? Probably at the bottom. USD ZAR and do we have another one? High yielder? Probably not, huh? You are no alone. Guess not. I don't think there is another high yielder. All right, it's all right. So in that case, I'll kill pound Swissy. And then you rearrange here. Go window, toggle vertically. Pa-chow. Reset the templates. Okay. Maybe put them on hourly or 4 hour maybe. Let's put them on 4 hour. Okay. Oops. Cool. And then we will name this save profile, save as. I before E. Okay, now I'll save that profile, and that will be in the profile list. Okay. Nice. So, a couple of things right away. Lira, top of the mark. Look how wonderful this has been. Up, 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 down, down, buy. Up, 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 down, down, buy. Up, 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 up. Just beautiful, huh? Have you been killing the Turkish Lira? You've been killing it, right? Because you know in this situation with risk off, emerging markets get destroyed. Or have you been staring at euro dollar, which has done nothing for 3 weeks? Which one have you been doing? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. You're only admitting it to yourself. You don't, right? All these other people on YouTube, they're not part of your life. You don't really care. Okay? Are you looking the wrong direction? Are you making the wrong decisions? Thank you, Mr. Connor. Are you thinking about what's going on? There's a massive crash. What happens to commodity currency countries, right? AKA exporters. What happens to exporters? What happens to emerging markets that are loaded with debt in foreign currencies? Okay? Are you thinking about what you're doing? Okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, this is your alpha, just knowing what to do. I mean, you can see it's there. And I did bring this up, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm like, I showed you these pairs. I'm like, are you on these things? Are you doing these things? I said, but they're not swing trades, they're day trades. Because of the high carrying cost. So you only want to be in these for 23 hours a day. So let's take a look. Okay, these are my buy zones. Do you see any opportunities? Is that right, Kenneth? Well, it shows the specialty. I like that. The specialization. Okay. And then you can switch this now. And let's create a... Well, I have swing trade daily, swing trade monthly. But I can show you how, if you wanted to create a version of this for swing trading, you'd do this. You'd go indicators, you would go bias pivots. You change it from daily to weekly. And then you could save this as a template. And so I'll call this weekly biased pivots. Okay? Now that's a template. Now it's in my template list. And then you can make another template. You can go back to indicator, bias pivots, change this to monthly. Hit OK. It redraws it. There's the monthly entry. There's the monthly target. Okay. So now you go template, save template, monthly biased pivots. And of course you can change these. Now I could have taken it further and created monthly bullish biased pivots. So I can update this, and it doesn't take long, right? So now I can just say something like save template, monthly bullish biased pivots, which is more accurate, right? Now you can go to indicators, bias pivots, and then change them to bearish. Okay. Now you would save this template. Template, save as, monthly bearish biased pivots. You see how I'm just creating a list of awesome templates? Indicators, bias pivots, take it from monthly, go back to weekly. Templates, save as, weekly bearish biased pivots. Okay, see how easy this is? You just keep on doing more and more and more. Sharif Ali, I don't see any advantage of the Bloomberg terminal anymore. Many years ago it was. But the best part of a Bloomberg terminal now is just like if you're doing a direct deal, you can find someone and negotiate a deal with them. Also, if you want to buy a used Rolex, the Bloomberg terminal is a great place to do that. Or rent a beach house. So, you see how there's no bearish trades here. But if you switch it and say, I want to look at weekly, oh, I didn't even do a bullish one. All right. Indicator. Bullish. Okay. Templates. Save template. Weekly. Bullish. Biased. Pivots. Cool. Easy, right? I'm looking for step ups, right? Buying pullbacks, buying pullbacks. These are weekly. So like some of these trades, for example, you may have bought it in here and you're still in it. You might have bought here and still in it. You may have bought here and you're still in it. You may have bought here. like, this is where I get to, like, if you have proper planning, like, you should be embarrassed that you only pick up 99 pips on a trade, right? Because all it suggests is you had no real plan. Oh, okay, you made some money today. Maybe it was a good New York session. Maybe it was a good day. But that's not how you make big money. Okay? That's used Toyota Corolla money. Right? That's your 1993 Lexus money. You want a 2020 Lexus? You got to let this roll. Let this run, baby. Okay? You can't take bigger risks because we know that just leads to bankruptcy. But you can afford to get in a good trade, move your stock to break even, and let it run. Let it run, let it run. And every time it makes a new higher high, move your stop from break even to just below the lower low. Okay? And then it makes a new higher high. Cool. Now move your stop from here to here. Right? New higher high. Cool. Move your stop from there to here. And just keep right? All the work was done here. You had to work really hard for a day. And now you could be long for a month. Okay? Now, again, this is an exotic, so it's going to cost you. But I bet you, even with the high cost, you're going to make a lot more. But the point is, you do all the work here. It took you had to work hard from a Monday to a Tuesday. After you do the hard work, you need to get paid. Let it run. It's not difficult. The difficult part is this. The easy part should be just let it run, let it run, let it run, let it run. Don't be so eager to get out, right, for profit, but you should be a lot more eager to get out for a loss. Okay? Take a look at Turkish Lira. Here's another one, Euro Turkish Lira. This is the projected top of the market for April. So it's suggesting that maybe, just maybe, some risk on will enter the market in the next few days, or by the time we get to next week. But under current market conditions, I would still expect just like a more bad. I'm thinking I'd like to sell this at 8. That's what I'm thinking. So have a little bit of a recovery, some more bad news, take it all the way. We got more to go, I'm hoping. And then when we get to 8, boom! Make it wane. That's what I'm thinking anyways. Jason, currently they're in the day trading packet, in the day trading course. So if you join the swing trading group, you get the day trading course for free, and those indicators are in that day trading course. Or if in the description below, there's a link to getting the training courses for almost 80% off during this COVID crisis. I want you guys to stop binging on Netflix and instead binge on Forex trading videos. That is in the link below, 80% discount, which includes things like the swing trading, the day trading, the fundamentals. There's so many courses in there, 35 to 40, maybe 50 hours of training videos in there, including the day trading course. And then, of course, you would get the template for that. Okay? So just look at the links in the description under this video, and you'll be hot to go, HOTTOGO. All right. So you guys specifically asked for peso. Now, peso I don't typically buy until we get to the first of the month, and that is more than a week away. So I don't know what's right, but I would think it would look more like this before, okay? So I think you might have the right idea if you believe risk on is going to come back to the market. But most likely, I think if this kicks up, we'll hit the target. It'll fade back. We'll do an M2, M4 on Monday or Tuesday. Sets up a counter trend trade on the first of the month. And by Friday, we're down here. And the week after, we're down there. And we'll start May low, which assumes a big risk on. I don't even know what that is, Ali. John, I don't know what that's all about, but email me, wayne@fxbootcamp.com. But unless you're in a high-risk country, I'm pretty sure I accept money via any credit card, right? So you shouldn't have a problem paying money. I love money in all its glorious forms. Okay. Well, Forex winner, I just explained how this will probably happen Monday or Tuesday of next week. So they're like, I'm not going to trade that now. Thank you, John. All right, so those are exotics anyways. Okay. So this one we had planned out. Here's the plan. Still the plan. Okay. Okay. So this, for example, is valid. Oops. Okay. Notice the trade plan. Let it rise. Sell it off 60. Okay. Pretty easy, right? Okay. So for example, even if you're slow as molasses on a cold Georgia morning, right? And that's it. That's how you trade. Easy. Done. What's the target for the day? Done. So I'm risking 25 pips to make 100 pips. Cool. Late, of course. You should be up closer to 95. But that's how you do it. Yeah. Aussie dollar, check this out. Not a sell. Not a day trade sell. Now this is a roll reversal sell. Okay, because you're going to have it trapped like this. Okay, so it's not a day trade, but so now you check it out this way. Weekly bearish biased pivots. And you'll see we had this plan on Sunday. And this is a down, 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 up, right? And there'll be stuff like this. So in here, you have to thread these like pearls on a string. So here's your original swing entry. Here's your roll reversal swing. And then here's your follow-on PA, price action swing. Okay? Now, of course, that hasn't happened yet, but that would be part of your plan. So now inside of this, you got to look for your day trading opportunities. And it would probably look like there's a sell in here. This is probably a sell. This is a higher high, which means we're above the sell zone. So the next sell zone is probably going to be here, and then another one here, and that will be a breach. So you got to thread in between these the swing trade, which is your strategy. Where are you going and how long will it take you to get there? And inside of that, trade for the day, trade for the day, trade for the day, but this is where you get backed out. Wait, wait, wait. Now here's a re-entry. It's not a day trade, but it's a swing trade. And then down, down, and then not today, but tomorrow we'll offer a swing trade, which will then, so now that's, where are we? Wednesday. So Thursday will be down. Then Friday will be a hesitation for Monday. So probably you'll get on Monday a new bearish swing trade down, and then not a new day trade until Tuesday of next week. So now I got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday all planned out. Done. Okay? Got it? What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Oh, that hurt. Oh. Yeah, that's the coffee re-ups. Yeah, I'm fading fast. So I know I've only gone an hour and a half. I'm wondering if we should just be done for the day. I think maybe, huh? Cool. Yeah, I think we'll just call it a day. Well, once again, I'd like to ask you, would you please click the like button, the little thumbs up button? Just, again, all you're telling YouTube is that this is quality content. Okay? Also, if you're a subscriber, you'll get the alert for tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is weekly jobless claims. No, you do not have to be a client of Trader's Way. We would like that. It would be appreciated. But no, it is not a requirement. So the link to the swing trading group, the link to the 80% discount for all the video training courses, they're in the description below. A link to Trader's Way is in the description below. And no, I don't make money on you if you open an account. I'm not trying to do that to you. You'll just see it sends you directly to the website. No tracking, no nothing. What else? I think there's a link to the book. If you go to youtube.com/FX Bootcamp, there's a free training course. I guess I should probably put that in there, which goes over the moving averages, the oscillators, and Fibonacci, and a bunch of other techniques that I've used for trading for 20 years. I guess I can pop that in here so you have that. http://www.youtube.com/fxbootcamp. So there are many, 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 many. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's probably what's going on with YouTube. It's got me logged in twice, which is interesting. So anyways, youtube.com/fxbootcamp. So anyways, there are lots of different resources that have been made available to you in every form that you may or may not need. There's written form, there's video form, there's hand holding. If you need a performance coach, live.fxbootcamp.com. There's so many resources. There's no need for you to struggle and reinvent the wheel. You know, it's always a better strategy to stand on the shoulder of giants. Okay? So thank you, guys. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Trade safe. Be healthy. See you tomorrow.